Hi. Have you ever thought of perfection being a myth? If you've ever been held back by perfectionism, then this might just help. Some time ago, I realized that because I found myself kind of overthinking about my actions, taking action towards my goals, overthinking pretty much anything, right? It's like it had to be perfect before I could take the action. And I realized it's not really serving me. So I thought, what is this all about? Where does this come from? Why am I, being like this? And I realized, well, I want everything to turn out perfectly, right? And of course, what is that? It's clinging to an illusion of safety that staying in our comfort zone gives us. So perfectionism really is holding us back in our comfort zone because it's impossible to actually achieve perfection. And when I realized that, and how I realized that was by thinking about it. Okay, so what is perfection? It's really like the peak of creation. Something cannot be made any better because it is perfect, flawless, right? And then it occurred to me, but anything can be improved upon. Anything can be made even better. And then it dawned on me, perfection is a myth. There is no such thing as perfection. There's only the standards that we set ourselves. So what is happening in perfectionism is our inner perfectionist, as I like to call it, is basically a part of us, is setting the standard for us. It's so impossibly high that we can never actually achieve it. So we often never even get to start. That's the thing for a lot of people. We sometimes, and this actually came out in a conversation today that I had with a client, we sometimes even hesitate and we feel resistant on even exploring a direction that we may want to take our life in, whether that be professional, personal, kind of location where you live, or any kind of those life choices. We expect to know the perfect choice before we actually start taking action. And it's a real trap. It's a real trap because if you don't take action, you're not going to get the clarity. You're not going to gather the information. You're not going to have more expanded awareness, knowledge. You just won't know. You're going to keep spinning in your mind. And the mind is just so good at creating all the possible negative scenarios because that's what it's good at. That's the brain's negativity bias. It helps us to survive. Or it helped our ancestors to survive. But we still operate this way to a certain degree. Where we can change this is when we bring consciousness to it, when we become aware that this is the case, that our mind is generating these negative scenarios, but they aren't the truth. Our mind is saying it needs to be this way, perfect, before you can move in that direction. But we can stop and say, that's not the truth either. I get to choose. I get to set my own standards. You get to set your own standards. You get to choose. So what will you choose? Will you choose to move forward, to progress, to gain clarity, to get your feet wet, to try things, to learn, to explore? Or will you choose to stay in your comfort zone, to perhaps just spin around in your mind, overthink things? Not that thinking isn't good, it has its place. But when it's just overdone and we take it as the truth, it can really, really block us. So I hope this was helpful. If you found yourself a little bit stuck, a little bit resistant to taking action, ask yourself, are you expecting yourself to know it all before, to have all the ducks in a row before you take the action? Do you expect it to be perfect in order to experiment, to explore? And if you do, then ask yourself, what do you choose? Progress or staying where you are? I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you next time. Take care.